All right, I'm back, everybody. This is Paul, and there I go. And I'm making this video here. I'm sitting in my hammock, and I just had to lay down for a second, and I was just doing this somewhere else, and I wanted to come back here and just slow down for a second. I have a friend that contacted me that was just diagnosed with cancer, and I get calls like this quite often these days. Quite often these days, people are contacting me with a cancer diagnosis or something, and whatever the disease and everything else, and there's no assurance that you're going to live a long time. I mean, I meet people a lot that have been diagnosed with cancer that eat healthy. They eat just as healthy as me, and a good diet you would think is going to prevent this completely, but that's not always the case. And what happens is, the doctors will say, well, if you didn't eat healthy or live healthy, you would have got it much sooner. So maybe this healthy diet prolongs it. Maybe so, but the bottom line is we're all going to succumb to something, and we have to realize that and really grasp the idea of eternity and what's going on in the big plan, the big picture of things. And lately I've been making a lot of videos about cancer, and not even cancer, about just death and people that have been martyred for our Creator, and just their last words before they died, what they were and what they believed and how they went. And I was beginning to say that more and more people are contacting me now with cancer diagnosis and other diseases and things like this. So years ago, I spoke about a very controversial subject because there was a popular cancer doctor that literally said this very controversial statement that cancer is the best way to die. And it was so controversial, and I could just only imagine people with cancer getting upset by hearing that, and by hearing about this from this prominent doctor. But then I looked more about what he was saying, and what he was saying was, like, you see, Kobe Bryant just died recently in a plane crash. Did not know or expect that was going to happen, but the point of the doctor was, when you have cancer, you actually usually have some time to make your plans and let people know. And that's what he meant. And, no offense to anyone that's suffering from cancer right now, but that's what he meant. But whether we get diagnosed with cancer or not, we don't know if something's going to happen to us, like a car accident or a cancer diagnosis or some other disease. We just don't know. So we have to expect it and understand the big picture of things, and think about, what if this was our last day? What if this was our last day? What would we do? What would we want to do? Who would we want to be with him? What would we want to say? It's a really important subject, because I meet way too many people living their lives, and they're not satisfied, they're not happy, and part of that creates disease to begin with. But they have no solid relationship with our Creator, and this is a big issue. And a lot of people think, when I get sick, I'll look into this. When I get sick, I'll look into how to deal with cancer. And I say, well, why would you say when you get sick? Why wait till you get sick to do something? Why not do something now so you won't get sick? And then some of the other people say, well, I'm going to be around a long time. I don't need to worry about the afterlife right now. At any moment it could be over with. I just think about all these people that have been martyred for a wonderful Creator and their last words. I don't know if a book's out there, but I'm sure there's some other things out there. I did about people's last words, and there was a woman who had the most amazing YouTube video once, and she was a mother, and she was diagnosed with cancer. She was going to die, and she gave the most moving speech that I've ever heard. And don't think it's not going to happen to us. Whether it's your children, yeah, exactly. Whether it's just our, we got to let our children, teach them important lessons and don't hold off on them. We got to let our loved ones know how much we love them. We got to understand what love is, because most people don't even know how to love. I've been teaching a lot about that lately. And wow, I'm moving fast today. I was moving fast. I was going to make a juice. I was going to run in my yard to get some stuff. Just moving around, moving, not stopping. And I have this hammock that I'm laying in right now that I don't lay in enough. I need to get in here more. But I just said, I got to get on here and talk about this, because this product, this is what I told him to take, astatine. I can't even pronounce it. It's on my website now. I believe this product will save this man's life, or at least prolong it, if he takes this. And this is like a serious healing product, and I'm taking it. As you can see, I have a bottle here, but I sell this now, but I don't care where you get it from the site. I just did a video about this yesterday. This isn't a promotion video. This is a video about life, and you know, our Creator could allow many things to happen, and some people might say we're responsible for certain things. Some people might say we're not. I did a video this morning talking about the spiritual battle that's consistently going on, and we get to choose which side we want to be on. And you know, our actions determine our choice, regardless of what we say. This isn't the first person that's contacted me with cancer. I get people that contact me all the time. But you know, when people say, "Oh, I'm shocked that that person has cancer." My best friend died of cancer, and he ate just as healthy as I did. You know, and you know, how could somebody be shocked when 1 out of every 2 people are going to get cancer? How could you be shocked? You know, or somebody dies in a car accident. "Oh, I'm shocked that happened. I can't believe it." Why can't you believe it? What's really amazing, and I can't believe, is that more people don't die from cancer the way people are living today. And more people aren't getting in these accidents the way they're driving and the way... It's at rawlife.com right now. I just did an interview about it on Raw Life Health Show. I'm not just selling a product. It works. I'm really excited about this product, and I pray that this man's going to take this product. I pray that this man's going to go to Hippocrates Health Institute. I pray that he's going to do what I've been suggesting to do. I sit here in thanks, and I sit here joyful knowing that I have this information. But I also humble myself to know at any moment, any minute, we can get a call, and it could be us. And I look at Voice of the Martyrs, a wonderful ministry of a man that spent many, many years in jail away from his family, getting tortured every day. And seeing him on an interview, happy and joyful, and they say, how did he feel towards his captors that tortured him every day? He says he had no bad feelings towards them at all. And it's just, maybe it's my age, maybe it's what I've been through, because I suffered from a disease as well, whatever it is. But now more than ever, I'm like putting these pieces together and just realizing these things. And it's truly humbling. It's truly humbling. And I think about Job, who had everything, and everything was going great, and then he come to find out everything wasn't so great after all, but he stayed faithful, and in the end everything was great. So this man that just called me, who's a believer that got diagnosed with cancer, now he has his choice. He has a choice to really search out the scriptures, to really pray to our Creator, and get on our Creator's plan 100% in every area, and be joyful that the will of our Creator will lead him to whatever the answer is. You know, but now's not the time to be fearful or anything like that. And a lot of people succumb to that. They listen to what the doctors say. Thankfully so, this man said he's not going to do chemo. So the doctors haven't convinced him to do that. But Shabbat's coming. I'm resting and pondering. And these devotionals are called Suffer Well. I don't care if you're into health or the Bible, whatever you're into. Sufferwell.org. Sufferwell.org. Read one of those every day. I'm doing teachings on those every single day. And it's making a world of difference. What does it say? Life is just a vapor and can end at any moment. But it doesn't. It's our physical life here that might end, but there's a whole eternity waiting for us. And when I see these people, I'm gonna put up a video today about this lady's husband who was martyred, and she was joyful that her husband would go that way. And so thankful for that. And I correct that cancer guy that said cancer is the best way to go. No. You know, maybe being martyred Being a mourner might be the best way to go. But regardless, folks, we have loved ones. We have people that we care about. We need to put things in perspective here, and really spend time with them. I was telling another man today, from mistakes I've learned in life and things, I said, do you spend more time with your wife or with your job? And most people will obviously say with their job. And all I could say is, I asked him the question again and to think about that. Do you spend more time with your kids or with your job? With your family or with your job? Do you spend more time, praying, or do you spend more time watching television? Do you spend more time reading your Bible, or do you spend more time reading other stuff? These are questions we need to ask ourselves, because all of this matters. All of this matters. And the thing is, it's nothing new under the sun. I've been telling this man that just called me up for years about things he needs to do just to improve his health and diet. And by all means, diet is not a panacea. There's no panacea out there, except our Creator's will be done. But if you want to know what His will is for your life, get with Him and read His Word and see. And I want you folks just to slow down. You're not invincible. You're not invincible. Humble yourselves. If you think you're all healthy and into health, if you think you're the most spiritual person out there, if you think you got it all, comfort from money and everything else, humble yourself. Humble yourself. Shut all the electronics off in your house, maybe this evening, and spend time with your family. Maybe talk to them as if it was your last night with them. Maybe do that once a week. Talk to them as if it's your last night with them. Let them know how much you love them and the things you've learned in life. And yeah. So we got to slow down and reflect sometimes. And so that's that. That's that, folks. I know hearing what this man just told me, I had just gotten off the phone with my dad, and you can be sure, Ryan, I'm going to go see my dad tomorrow. But, yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you all updated. But please, 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 don't take my health advice to the wayside. I've spent years trying to help people because I suffered and I don't want people to suffer. Get this product at rawlife.com. I just put a video about it today. It's Velasta, azathioprine. It's a red algae that will help arthritis, cancer, and help a whole bunch of other things. And start juicing. I'm going to make a juice now. That's my dinner. I'm going to make a juice. And yeah, I wanted to get you on here and just remind you all about the reality of life and what's going on and what's happening. And one of my best friends is 90 years old. 90. And he tells me all the time, he's ready to go. He's ready. He's lived a long life. But he's making the best of his life while he's here. He's not sitting home waiting. He's living life to the fullest. And that's what we got to do. All right? And that's what my videos are about. Living life to your fullest in every area. And not taking things for granted, because you just never know. You never know. The last thing I'll say is this. When I was a little kid, I used to watch professional wrestling. It wasn't really professional. It was more like a soap opera for little boys. And there was a fellow named the Ultimate Warrior. And he was a very energetic, muscular character. Fast forward many years later to a couple of years ago, they had all these old wrestlers coming out, just talking about their career and stuff. And they had a big event. And this warrior guy stands in the middle of the ring with a microphone, much older now, dressed in, he said, you never know when your last day is going to be. You never know when your life's going to end. Gave a great speech. I kid you not, that night he had a heart attack and died. Yeah, folks. There's continuous signs out there, and we can't miss them. All right, so think about what's important in your life and what you do and who you do it with. And I pray that this message is getting to you all, and I pray you get more serious about my health messages to take care of your physical body at Raw Life Health Show, rawlifehealthshow.com, and the spiritual side of things, Torah Life Ministries. Pray with me every morning. We do prayer every morning at 5:30, between 5:30 and 6. And we do other things online. So yeah, I just pray somebody watching that this message reaches you. And if you know, I'm sure you do, that has cancer or somebody has been diagnosed with cancer or some other disease, let it just be a reminder and not a death sentence, but a reminder. All right? Have a blessed night, everybody. A relaxed night, a good Sabbath, and I'll talk in soon. Bye.